Okay, so thank you, Kaz Hawks. As always, this music that you're listening to was created by Kaz Hawks, our beautiful sister. She's fantastic with music, and she just matched the music that I wanted to the spirit that she felt there and then, and it's very intuitive, very in tune with what we need to get the body moving, get the blood pumping, and starting your day with a beautiful boost. And so thank you, Kaz, for facilitating that. As always, we love you and appreciate you, absolutely. So this is the daily energy reading, and take what resonates. It is general, of course. Leave what does not. I appreciate any comments, I appreciate any sharing, and I appreciate any exercise of the finger to press that like button. It really does help. So for the 12th of July 2021, I'm recording this because I've got lots to do. I'm actually going to a festival, Valhalla Festival, with the fantastic Sigrid. Lots of other people are going to be there. John, the fire walking master, and Jem, my friend. So it's going to be a great time to reset, recharge, and we're going to have a beautiful ceremony there. So it's a good opportunity. So hopefully I'll be doing some live streaming from there, but we'll see, because I might be too busy fire dancing and having fun with others. So that's coming up. So I'm trying to get everything fitted in. So let's release the music now and get started on this video and get crack-a-lacking. So on the 12th of July 2021, we have on the bottom of the deck, I'd already pulled the main reading and I was just pulling the confirmation cards there. On the bottom of the deck here, we have the Hanged Man, the Hanging Man. As you can see in his position, he's quite comfortable. And there is a lot about seeing the world from a different view, seeing your own life in a different way, through a different lens, in a different perspective. There's some things that you just haven't been looking at in the right way, maybe, or there's some things that are going to hit you and may look one way, but actually are very different. From the collective stage point of view, there is much manipulation, magic, actions being taken to distract you from the view that you should be looking at, or the topic or the situation that you should be looking at. It really is this upside down world. So where you're being distracted or what is being put right in your face, it's important to dig deeper and look through those different lenses, through the lenses of the different organs in your body, to the lenses of the different planets, illuminations in the sky, everything that you can think of, to try and dig in and find that different perspective. There's huge enlightenment there for everybody that does that. But it is this upside down world. What seemed dark is what would be deemed as light. What seems light would be deemed as very dark today. So take that into account when you are going through your day and help reach your greatness by looking through these different lenses and not just taking information as it comes or taking a situation as it comes. There's lots of underlying forces here. Now, the first card is the Two of Pentacles, and this speaks of something that we've been speaking about for quite some time now. Oh, there's a spirit here, so if you make yourself known, that's fine. It's nice energy, so we'll see. So this is about the different realities. Now, in your individual life, you still might find that you are juggling two different material aspects of your life, and it's getting tiresome. Now, there is the celebration card, the Three of Cups. Some of you might be, having an emotional affair. Some of you might be actually actively having an affair. This is causing you to have to juggle these two different aspects of your material life, these two different people, let's say. But there is this elation here on one side of your material life. There is this celebratory feeling, this feeling of freedom, and this other side of your life that feels like it's getting heavier and heavier. Again, going back to that, looking at it from a different perspective, to be able to take in all of the information and all of the accounts. It does speak to also this tear in the realities where people are different, living totally different timelines within the same timeline, which is very strange indeed to witness. But it does speak to many of us, and I say us because this is happening with me, finding such bonds and such friendships, brothers and sisters coming together with plans, with camaraderie, with celebration, and it feels like an elation because many of us have sort of had these psychic powers, these intuitive powers, these empathic powers all of our lives, and sometimes it can be quite a lonely journey when you're being brought up in a world that doesn't maybe accept that fully or doesn't accept that at all. And so there is this plus point to this tear in the realities, in that there is this bond that is being found by others, and this appreciation of skill sets and whatnot. So this is a beautiful energy also. It does speak to seeing that from a different perspective, in that you can't continue to juggle too much. The window is closing for that, and you can either decide to be poised and planned and strategic in carefully putting this other material aspect of your life down. Yes, there might still be some fallout, but you can sort of damage control that, or you can continue to juggle to the point where there is this sort of crashing of to an extent both of the sides of your material life, of your material reality. So be aware of that for sure, and be very timely with that for sure. For your greatness. Now, the next card again is the Judgment card. Anybody following me knows this Judgment card, as well as the Two of Pentacles, has come out a lot over the last year. And this is this trumpet sound. This is this vibration that many are feeling, this calling to arms, calling to their path, calling to their purpose. And to ask yourself, what is your purpose each day? Is very, very powerful. You better be knowing that they do that in the elite circles with their children. It is indoctrinated into them. What is your purpose? This is your purpose. And this gives a drive. It gives a focal point. It gives a passion to that purpose. So ask yourself that, challenge yourself with that. We can learn a lot from these people who have hidden our knowledge, in that asking yourself, what is your purpose today, gives you automatically that drive, that passion, that focus point to be able to get that purpose achieved. A lot of you contemplate in leaving behind so much, leaving behind history, indeed, the way that it's been taught, and hooking in more into that spiritual record, that ancestral record that you can rely on more. The Odin's eye in the pool. the watery energetic record that you can reach into via your emotions, and really evaluate in today what to let go of for good in your individual lives. There is a lot on the collective stage that has been let go of that we have gotten used to. So looking at the systems, be aware, look at them in a different light, see what they're sort of saying about what they're going to be doing regarding the NHS, let's say. Changes that they will be letting go of the old and bringing in the so-called new. And so be aware of that and make a noise about that where need be regarding these changes and systems that will affect people. And they may put it across as a very good thing, but they are managing that change. It's time that we facilitate ourselves to manage those changes for sure. So this trumpet sound, this vibration, really calling you strong today into your purpose, into your role, and what you feel driven to achieve. And so we have, to clarify that, we've got the Judgment card again. This is heavy, heavy energy. So the 20 and the 20 would round down to the 4. The 4 elements, the base, the foundation. Your foundation is shifting. Where will you place your feet? Where are you going to plant your roots? This is where there is so much change going on today. It is a huge day for change regarding the systems that we've been living under, regarding our own individual lives. There is this earthquake energy, this shake-up. There might actually physically be some earthquakes, as if you look back to Do They Know What They Do video that I did, the writing on the wall a few days ago, this stream of thought that I have going, that right from the mitochondrial level to the cellular level, to the organ level, to the physical being level and out, having an effect on the outside and vice versa regarding the elements, the weather, the changes. And so you might find that there is some earthquake energy today. For sure, bones, this vision that I've had, that I've talked about for a long, long time, of the mother, the nature, shaking the bones to the surface so they will be seen. I feel that's been happening in Canada, which I am so glad that it is happening. And we give love and peace to those that have passed in those barbaric actions of the Vatican, of the Canadian government, American government, UK government, all working together, as well as the elite circles, to test and use those Native children for nefarious means. Lots more bones showing up though, looking at that for sure. So actually either the earth literally lifting them up to the surface. In this vision that I had, the bones will be seen, the history will be known via the bones. Take that into account. If anything comes up, please leave it in the comments, because this is very close to my heart, and it's very important that we support the Native people now. They need voices. They need voices backing them up for sure regarding this not going, being swept under the carpet, this not being used as a tool for Trudeau to manipulate and twist around and not get too much advance over it. Look at him promoting a Native American lady somewhere in the government. Very, very dark, trying to distract, trying to placate. It's forgotten that, you know, a lot of the Native chiefs were coerced, threatened to actually do that to their own people. As I said, it was a repeat of World War II. It was a continuation, of World War II. So looking at all of that, that's going to get very deep, very quick. But they need our voices. They need us speaking about it, because that gives them that level of protection. Before this, nobody was willing to speak about it. Before this, nobody was willing to share in the dismay and the shock of it all with the Native people. So they were very much left alone to try and just manage as best as they could to keep their children out of that system, which was very difficult. Now we need those voices to be heard for sure. There is this trumpet sound from ancestors past, from those that have felt such pain and torture within their lifetime in this realm, still very much connected, especially with the bones in the soil, very much energetically connected to the land stand to the place that this occurred for them. It's almost like this time capsule, this energetic time capsule that we're seeing around the world actually sort of coming to the surface. It is like this uncovering of many time capsules, i.e. bones, information, things coming to the surface for sure, and for us to be able to take note and make noise about and stand in agreement on, in that we stand in solidarity against these elites that would cause this kind of pain and suffering, and for each other on the ground. But there is this huge amount of pulling and tugging with this magnetism, this trumpet, this vibration pulling you towards a purpose, feeling driven, feeling focused, feeling needed. There's a need, there's a requirement, there's an urge today for sure. And that goes much deeper than a daily energy read, and I could go on about those two cards today for sure for a long time. So we have with that being said, this came out with the Judgment card and the Judgment card, and that is the Two of Cups. So we have 2 now, which would be 6, the makeup of the man. And this is the Two of Cups, where we see this divine feminine, divine balance within, really working this energetic force, which is the Kundalini force, creating this enlightenment. And so this is where this DNA connections, for sure, this looks like DNA, these ancestral connections that we have, and we must covet them, and we must give reverence to them and not give them over to any powers that be for a special infusion. And so this is also where you see that you are being put in the path of people that are what would be maybe labeled as soulmates, twin flame, but let's just say that you resonate with them, that you feel their energetic presence, that you've known this energetic presence before, this energetic blueprint, this energetic fingerprint, and there is this connection. For some of you, it is the tribe, the friendships that are building for sure, which is actually creating even more purpose within you, and even more drive and focus, and this energy being in itself of this Kundalini energy with yourself, where you're interacting with others that are on the same page. But also it does speak of people who are falling in this deep love and appreciation for one another. And even though it's new, it feels like you've known this person before, or for a long time, or you just recognize this energetic imprint. So a lot of people finding that on their path. With these two Judgment cards, it does come with that caveat of being brave enough to let go of the past, to let go of those things that don't serve you, in order to be able to go forward in a healthy way, in a balanced way, and a whole way into this exciting new journey. Now we've got the Emperor as the next card. So this speaks to another major arcana, number 4, the two Judgment cards together, rounding down to a 4, which would be the 8. And we've got the infinite sign here, infinity sign here with the 8, the ribbon going around the 2 pentacles. There is a lot about time and time loops, and timelines bouncing in and out of one another. There is a lot about the structure, the foundation changing, Big Daddy Saturn, coming through with a different lens, with a different perspective to what has been seen or known before. They said 9 o'clock rain, and it comes close to 9 o'clock and bang, the rain's coming. That's clever. And so this is where are your foundations? Where can you place your feet? It also speaks to being brave enough to create these new boundaries, which might mean that you need to be able to speak freely to people who've known you for a long time, and know that these weren't the boundaries before, but setting those boundaries as to how somebody enters into your life, how much of the life you have that you give them, this energetic exchange, all of that, creating a strategy, a foundation that is strong and secure, built on your elements, and upwards from there. And so this big energy coming in with this 4 and this feeling of the infinite and this, the time is now. You can all feel quite almost like this war drum, for want of a better word, pounding in the back of your mind. That you can feel this urge, this pull, this magnetism towards a purpose without those 2 judgment cards. Now, to clarify this, we do have the 9 of Swords. This does speak to some of you maybe having very lucid, very clear, what would be called nightmares because of the way that they make you feel, witnessing certain timelines, certain things that are going to go down or indeed have gone down in past times, and we're feeling the same energetic imprint in that also. Some of you might be finding that you're going into your dreams and you're going into a realm that is not yours. This is where I would speak to you about going into sleep with intent and going into sleep with a feeling of sovereignty and divinity, and speaking that over yourself before you go into that sleep realm, to have more dominion about what you witness. Because a lot of you have been witnessing things in your dreams, but you've sort of been a part of it rather than being able to just look in on it, almost like a remote viewer. And so this is where that rebalance needs to take place, because a lot of you have been waking up, you know, with sweating, panting, whatever you've been doing in the dream in that panic moment, and this is taken away from you energetically. It's pulling you down. And so yes, that's all fine and well. It's great to see potentials and see things that you maybe need warnings from, and take heed of those warnings from your own psyche, from your own consciousness, but to do it in a way that you feel safe and secure within that dream realm, that you are in control of where you go to, being the emperor of your realms that you go into, having that protection around you, learning how to do that, learning how to build up that auric field, that crystallized field into an impenetrable force, that where you can move and go where you need to go or want to go or are led to go to, but without the attack element, for sure. A lot of you are experiencing sleepless nights, lack of sleep, or feeling super tired, and there is just so much going on energetically right now, pulling and tugging from all directions, that this is absolutely understandable. Again, sleep is absolutely it's a must right now, and I keep telling myself that in order to be able to stay energetically and physically and emotionally and mentally strong. And so we do need to really pursue sleep in a healthy way, for sure. And these nightmares for you as an individual might be coming because of this shake-up in your foundations, this change in your family life, or finally being brave enough to put one pentacle down and focus on another. And so this has been played out in your dreams, for sure. Again, taking dominion and control over those dreams is super important in order to get that restful night that you must get, that you really need. Now, another card that came out was the 7 of Wands. I didn't clarify this because on the bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Wands here. And so this goes together really well in that there is attention being put on you. Box and clever regarding what attention is put on you. A lot of you being watched, a lot of you being headhunted for not a great reason, in that, you know, there is, from the powers that be, a lot of watchers watching those that they already knew from the moment you were born energetically. When you came in, you were going to maybe be an issue to their balance, to their situation. And so for sure that could be a part of the infiltration of the dreams also. It speaks of you having this higher ground, but having this higher ground when you know thyself. And so this is where this Knight of Wands doesn't stick around where is doesn't resonate with, where he's not needed, where he's not appreciated. It's very easy to move out of those spaces. And so a lot of you are having to take that decision to move out of those spaces, those two material aspects that you're still juggling right now, that is actually creating this attention to you. For some of you, be careful who you speak to. There are a lot of plants in a lot of groups, a lot of online plants that are there to take information, and being super careful to not message too much, to not speak too much over chat rooms, over messages, for that very reason, because there are a lot of watchers watching, and you might have been picking up on this for sure. So being very careful of what you say to who, and how you say it, how much you say it, etc., etc., would be a very wise thing to do for sure. So that is the reading for the 12th of July 2021. Take what resonates, leave what does not. I appreciate you all being here. If you want a personal reading with me, email me at truedivinemedia@gmail.com. Please check out my socials. You can also message me for readings, spiritual coaching, energy work sessions, at True Divine 44 on Facebook. But check out the rest of my socials, Instagram, Twitter. I need to be building those up. It's getting the time to do it, but it helps when getting the time to do it, to build it up, if there are followers actually there, if there are subscribers actually there. You know, this is what I do to give out to the collective what I feel led to do. This is part of my purpose, I feel, and I do as much of it as I can, but I do need support to also build business, to look after these kids I've got. It's just me. It's just me, and my mom as well also, of course, but as far as, you know, financially, responsibility, it's just me. And so any help like that regarding following and promoting, I really do appreciate and love you for doing so. Love you anyway, but love you for doing so and taking the time to do that, very, very much so. So share this video out, share it with your friends, invite people over. We've got the most fantastic family of people over here, you know, and Susie Q and Barry are always here too. Big brother Barry, always here to hold space and moderate in a way that is so beautifully done. They are just non-judgmental, fair, and just hold that space beautifully. So don't ever be afraid to join in the chat, because when they're there, they hold the space beautifully, and the other people there do also, just because of the people that they are. So do join in, do come and make relations and build friendships over here at True Divine 44. Much love, balance, and wholeness. Mwah.